welcome to Swan's Japanese Horror Reviews. Today we're continuing our look at Takashi Miike's films with his 2001 gory and darkly humorous film, Ichi the Killer. Now, Ichi the Killer stars Tadanobu Asano as Kakihara, a very sadistic and cruel yakuza member who is distraught after his boss is brutally killed. Kakihara likes to receive pain. He likes when people beat him up. He's one of those kind of guys. So when his boss, who's somebody who used to beat him up a lot, is dead, he wants to find the killer because maybe he can find someone that can hurt him even more. We also cross paths with Ichi, the title character. And he's like this cowardly, guy in normal life, but he's also a killer, obviously as the title implies, but he gets sexual arousal and satisfaction from killing people. So, you've got the sadist and the masochist coming together, and when they do, it's certainly to be a battle of epic proportions. The film is all about breaking taboos. There's a lot of subject matter in here that you're not going to see, in your traditional movies that you would find in the movie theater, in the States. The movie goes through subjects of torture, rape, self-mutilation, sexual satisfaction through killing people, sexual satisfaction through getting hurt. It covers a lot of ground, and there's a lot of gory and violent scenes. They're very memorable, they're very disturbing, but the thing is, it's also darkly humorous, The film is based off a manga, it's based off a comic book, so a lot of the violence is actually over the top, and because of that, it's not, scary per se. Maybe the first time you watch it, you might be, really shocked, certainly, but it's more, so over the top that, it's not really scary, but almost, humorous. Darkly so, certainly, the subject matter is, pretty serious stuff. And, there might be a good deal of symbolism, actually, if you take the time to look at it. Some of the computer effects that were used in the movie are actually pretty cheap looking, but that kind of adds to the humor of things, because it is so over the top to watch a man get, sliced in two, or, so many other things, cutting off your own tongue, or piercing people in places that they shouldn't be pierced, or cutting off body parts, etc., etc. But I do think it kind of adds to the weird, darkly humorous charm of the film. The acting is pretty good. I mean, Tadanobu Asano is one of my favorite actors out there right now. He's great as Kakihara. He's got good range as an actor, I think, because he can do a movie like that and then do, one of my favorite films, The Last Life in the Universe, and it's a polar opposite character. It's so interesting. I think he's, one of the best Japanese actors out there right now. Also, Shinya Tsukamoto, you might remember that name from The Iron Man. He's the director of The Iron Man, did that review a few times back, and he also starred in Marebito. He is one of the main characters as well in this one. He's got a pretty humorous role as Gigi, so look out for him. And there's also a live-action prequel. I haven't seen it. It's not Miike. It looks like the production values are really low on that. And there's an anime short, also a prequel, I think. And I think Takashi Miike actually does the voice of Kakihara in that one. So that one might be worth tracking down. The DVD actually comes to us from Tokyo Shock. Now there's actually a couple different versions out there now. I have this older one from a few years back, which was the uncut, special edition they called it, and it had like a little commentary with the director, Takashi Miike, and just some trailers. It was a pretty sparse DVD, but pretty cheap. They've just recently released a 2-disc edition called the Blood Pack, I believe, and it's really nice packaging. And I don't have that one because I have the old one, but it looks like it contains a lot more interviews and some of the stuff that might have been on like the UK versions of the DVDs, which I think they had more extra features than us initially. If you haven't seen the film yet, I'd probably recommend the Blood Pack edition because that's probably what the stores are going to be stocking now. But otherwise, as long as you don't get the edited one, like the edited VHS tape, you should be okay. There is a great deal of sexuality in this movie as well. That seems to be one of the main themes of the actual movie is, sexual pleasure, and that's explored in various ways that are, mainly seen as taboo in the modern world, but it's quite interesting, So, I think there's some merit to this film. It does, raise some interesting topics, all the while being darkly entertaining, so hats off to Miike. Ichi, for me, is an enjoyable film, to watch every, few months or so, I guess. Some of the scenes are a little over the top, and it's not my favorite Miike work. Certainly, I think, more subtle films like Audition really do it for me more than this one. But, a lot of my friends seem to enjoy this one, and, it's a good reason why. It's a good movie, to sit down with friends and have a crazy night and watch it, I suppose, because it's so over the top and, it's so out there. So it's worth watching, but it's not my favorite, so I'd probably give the movie like a 7 out of 10, there's a lot of good, set pieces in it. Maybe some parts might drag on, here and there, but overall, it's worth watching, just so you can make up your own mind about, what you think of this. So yeah, and the DVD, my version, 6 out of 10, I guess, but the Blood Pack might get more, but yeah. So yep, that's Takashi Miike's Ichi the Killer. It's certainly a memorable film. So next week, I think we might actually be continuing our Miike thread, but we're gonna throw in some bonus stuff too. Actually, it might be 3 movies. So some of you probably already know what I'm talking about by those clues alone. So look forward to it, please, and I guess we will see you next time.